Baseball's back, and that made Stephen Colbert tweet, Dr. Fauci's going to throw out the first pitch for the Washington Nationals. I hope he doesn't throw a spitball. Quality joke there. Patton Oswalt says, I do very well on the dementia tests I constantly have to take, said the guy in charge of nukes. Mark Norman tweets, my brother has cat-like reflexes. I startled him and he hissed at me, ran to the top of the couch and showed me his butthole. And Conan O'Brien tweets, let's meet for coffee, and he attributes that quote to New Zealanders right now rubbing our noses in it. From the late night shows, I think it was opposite day. I have been giving the Jimmy Fallon writers a lot of crap and the Stephen Colbert writers a lot of praise. It may have been opposite day. Here's Stephen Colbert. So, with Americans being infected by the tens of thousands every day and the president's polls in free fall, Trump announced that he's bringing back his coronavirus task force briefings. It's the reboot nobody asked for, Dirty Grandpa 2020. That's bad. Colbert again. Still, it's good that he's going to be talking about the new scientific developments and deferring to the experts, except he's not, because many of the briefings are likely to feature just the president. So instead of getting the old man back together, we're just going to get a daily performance of Trump's solo project, The Bleach Boy. That's not good. Bleach Boys would have worked, but doesn't work for the premise. It's just not good. Fallon had the better night. Here come 4 in a row that are pretty good. Jimmy said, that's right. Today was Trump's first coronavirus briefing in almost 3 months, or as that's known in Trump time, about 82 tell-all books. Love it. Fallon again. This is like Samsung bringing back their exploding Galaxy phone. Fallon again. The press secretary also said the briefings will focus on Trump's accomplishments on the virus, so at least they'll be short. Love it. To the point. Fallon again. I'm excited the briefings are back because I just want to see what kind of treatments Trump comes up with on the spot. And he does a Trump impression. He says, have we tried canceling the virus? Can we get it canceled on Twitter? That one's all right. Pretty good. Seth Meyers said, oh man, I hate it when a show comes back after a long break and I can't remember any of the plot lines. All right, I teased you yesterday about Ricky Gervais being eaten by lions. That's a weird tease. He spoke to the Daily Star and he said, I do not care about my physical body. Feed me to the lions. Me just being thrown into the lion's cage at the zoo and people, all tourists, going, is that the bloke from The Office? And then they see the lions chewing me. I like the idea of 2 lions eating me and they go for the soft bits first and they've got a testicle each and they're about 6 feet apart. It'll be like Lady and the Tramp, just 2 lions chewing my testicles. Brilliant. There's nothing wrong with being dead. The best thing about being dead is that you don't know about it. So no Montreal Comedy Festival this month, but the Interrobang says that starting on October 9th, Just for Laughs will hold a 2-day virtual comedy festival. There are no particular details yet, but it will feature online gatherings, panels, conversations, performances, events, and more. No schedule yet. Adult Swim has announced Adult Swim Con, and they say it's all free. Quote, we're bringing you a virtual weekend packed with live events, surprise musical guests, giveaways, and the chance to chat with the cast and creators of your favorite shows. One I'm interested in is Friday night at 8 Eastern. How they do it, Rick and Morty. Bert Kreischer has added more dates to his drive-in theater comedy show thingy. There's nothing more boring than me reading dates to you, but he'll be doing one show a night starting August 10th and ending August 19th. You can find the dates on his website. Colin Jost spoke to Yahoo, and he discussed how President Trump has influenced political comedy and the frequency of political sketches on the show. Colin says, the president is just out there on television, on Twitter, so much more than any other president in history, and is an entertainer himself. That's what people are talking about. You always want to be listening to what's happening and feel relevant as a show. If you need a recommendation, something to do for, half an hour, Bill Simmons' podcast has Andy Samberg on the most recent episode. It is a very entertaining interview. I'm not sure we learned anything new about Andy, but it was a nice interview, so you should check that out on the Bill Simmons pod. And from IndieWire, Bridget Everett is getting a show on HBO. The synopsis: for all of its vast plains and endless prairies, Kansas can feel confining for someone like Sam Miller, played by Everett. Inspired by the life of comedian and singer Bridget Everett, Sam is a true Kansan on the surface, but beneath it all, struggles to fit the hometown mold as she grapples with loss and acceptance. Singing is Sam's saving grace and leads her on a journey to discover herself in a community of outsiders that don't fit in, but don't give up. It's called Somebody Somewhere. Are you excited? That's your comedy news for today. Subscribe on Apple or Google. Follow on Spotify. Catch you tomorrow.